Manchester. It feels great to have moved to England, to Manchester. We're playing for City now. Funnily enough, our agent lives close here in England. If you guys may remember back, of course, our agent, if you don't know him, Alex Roberto, it's one of our former My Players on the channel. We signed him as our agent. For those of you who don't remember, this is one of his houses that he lived in during the My Players series. And, well, we headed over to his house, boys, and he's been on the phone non-stop lately trying to get me some big deals outside of the game of football, potentially movie offers, TV roles, just different things away from the game of football. We had a nice discussion. He said he had some deals in place for me in the coming days, so stay tuned for that news. But he also mentioned that this house right here that he's lived in for some time, he said he was going to be moving, and he asked me if I'd like to stay in it for the year. So we're not actually going to own this house. Pretty much, we're just going to be borrowing the house from him for the next year. And you guys have all seen this house before. We've used it in our series. It's Alex Roberto's former house that he lived in. So, hey, man, why not take it off a former legend? For those of you who may not have seen the Alex Roberto My Player Career Mode series, it's honestly one of my most popular series I've ever done on the channel. It was my FIFA 17 My Player Career Mode. If for some reason you guys haven't seen that, I highly recommend you guys go check that out. I will leave a link in the top right hand corner of the screen and at the end of the video. Hey, if you're always waiting for My Player content on the channel, you do not have to wait. I have hundreds of episodes already up on the channel, and chances are, I know we have some longtime OG viewers of this the channel and all my series, but a lot of you may be new. If so, check out my old My Players. They're all linked in playlists on my channel. Then again, if you are an OG member of the channel, been around since the Alexander Barkley days or Alex Roberto days, why not go back, watch the series again? We have like over 100 episodes for each of the series. I'm sure you can't remember everything that went on during those series. So, hey, give it a mention, give it a watch, and that's enough of me ranting about that. Let's get into the Premier League. In our debut in the last episode, we took down Newcastle United, and on our debut, we scored ourselves a hat trick. It could not have been a better debut for myself, but today is going to be different. It's going to be our home debut at the Etihad Stadium in front of my home fans here in Manchester. And also, later on in today's episode, we're going to be going across town to take on our rivals, Manchester United. And as I'm talking, we're already jumping out into a 1-0 lead. Arsenal was the team we're playing in today's episode. A very strong side, and it's an early goal from Leroy Sané. Nice one right there. Nice cross, nice finish. 1-0 is the scoreline. The first goal not scored by myself since I joined the team. A lot of people were complimenting me on the hat trick. Some were saying that I was being a little bit of a ball hog, which I kind of was. I'm sorry. I know I need to pass more, but sometimes you get those games where you're feeling so great and all you want to do is shoot, and that's kind of where I was during the last match. So apologies if you think I'm a bit of a ball hog. I try my best not to. And also, some people were saying that I needed to up the difficulty. Guys, I play on a world class. If you play on legendary during the My Player series, it just isn't enjoyable. So I like to play on world class with the sliders adjusted. And as I'm speaking, we go down with an injury. This could end up being serious. Luckily, we get up and we weren't substituted off, and we were walking fine. We nearly get a goal right here, and we do. And I don't know whether to call this an assist or a goal, because it took a deflection off my teammates, and he's claiming the goal for himself. Okay, I guess it's his. We'll give it to him. We'll say he scored it. That's what FIFA's saying, at least. Let's get the look right here. The volley, and, well, this replay will be the best look you get right here. It literally just skims off his leg. He didn't do anything, but he gets credit for the goal. That's so terrible. Later on, we'd end up getting 3. And I know a lot of you are probably saying we need to up the difficulty. I promise you, man, we are just on a roll. I don't know why we're getting all these goals, but we are, and it's 3-0 in the first half. You've got to be kidding me, man. This is a little bit absurd. And this one is going to Raheem Sterling. Of course, it's a rebound goal, too. I hate when these types of goals are scored. No one likes to see those go in. But, hey, they happen in FIFA so many times. that is going to be it for the first half of this game. 3-0, and yeah, I mean, we have this thing won. I don't see Arsenal being able to come back in this game, but you never know. We shall see. You got to play the game because football's so unpredictable. Like, I honestly, I don't see them coming back, but you never know. Arsenal's a very strong team. We'll see what they can do. 56 minutes of action. I'm trying to make it 4-0. Nice little bit of skill right there. A few cutbacks, dragbacks, and the shot was just not there in the end. I believe it's a deflection as well off one of the Arsenal defenders. And yes, did right there off the knee of an Arsenal defender. 92nd minute game coming to a close. And for Arsenal, it's a bit too late. Too little, too late for them. 3-1 is looking like it's going to be the final score. Arsenal get one back in the later stages of the game. Is Saul right here. Definitely a player that I think they probably acquired at least this year or last year, probably moving over from La Liga. Very talented young midfielder getting the goal right here. But again, it's just not going to be enough for them, is it? 1 minute left in added time. No shot they can get 2 goals in under 1 minute of FIFA time, because that, that just flies by. Good goal, though. Got to give credit where credit is due. Unfortunately, we were unable to keep the clean sheet. Ederson right there was never going to save that. Great placement. Game ends. 3-1 is your final score. And this is a great result, considering the fact that after this, we're going to be heading in to the Manchester derby. A big win here might give us the confidence boost we need to beat our biggest rival, Man City. Man United is coming up next. I cannot wait to take part in my first ever Manchester derby. It's going to be great stuff. For now, though, what a win it was, guys. 3-1, a final score. We didn't get a goal in this one, but our teammates doing well to pick up the win for us. And in preparation for this derby, pretty much every single day I was showing up early to training and putting in extra work. It's like 5 a.m. right now, and I'm going for my early morning jog. I'm getting ready, trying to get my body in shape so that I can have the stamina for this next game to literally just run up and down the pitch the entire game. It's one of my stats that I'm always trying to improve is stamina. You want to be able to stay on the pitch for as long as possible, and I've done a great job throughout my career being able to maintain that, considering the fact that I don't think I've ever been substituted out of a game, unless it was for injury, of course, and even then, I don't think we've been subbed out. We got this early morning jog in, and it's just surreal, man. A few years ago, of course, I began my career in Dortmund, moved to Reading, we moved to Inter. In just a few short years, I'm playing for one of the biggest clubs in England, one of the biggest clubs in the world. It's honestly a dream come true. And this is something that I'm not taking for granted. And every day, I'm literally working my butt off, trying every day to become one of the best footballers in the world, one of the best footballers of all time. And I'm hoping by the end of my career, we'll be able to say that we went down as one of the best of all time. But to do that, you need to shine in big games. Let's see if we can do it in the Manchester derby. Before we get into that derby, though, we have transfer window deadline day. I'm scrolling through each team so you can see the new signings and the players that have been sold from a lot of the teams. Some noteworthy signings: Otamendi leaving Manchester City. I believe Draxler moved to Leicester City, and let's see, Sissoko out right there. Not too many big moves, honestly, were made this transfer window in the Premier League. Lacazette is the big one, though, moving away from Arsenal. And I really need to look into it more and see how much Manchester City signed me for. I never really saw the exact number. It doesn't tell you, which is something that I hope is changed for the next FIFA. But with that being said, we'll worry about that at a later date. It's Manchester City versus Manchester United. My first ever Manchester derby. Although we won our first 2 games with City rather easily, beating, of course, Newcastle United and then Arsenal earlier in today's episode, this game is going to be a whole lot different. This is a game that you can never really predict the score. Both teams are usually very strong. In the past few years, maybe Man City more than Manchester United. But where we're at in this career mode, you're going to see that both lineups look pretty even on paper. And honestly, I'm a little nervous getting into this one. Maybe not as nervous as I was in maybe per se the final of the Euros, but I'm still nervous. I want to make these fans proud. I want to make my team proud. Let's get into this game, and And one thing that I can tell you before we get into this match is this game is going to be unlike any game we've played in our career. Maybe one of the most action-packed games in the series. You are going to see why as we get into it. Pretty much the only highlights of this one I'm going to show you are going to be goals, except a few here and there. Let's get into it live from Old Trafford. The first chance of the game comes in the 11th minute, and it's 1-0 to Manchester City. We're jumping out to an early lead. Once again, Bernardo right there, the Portuguese man. What a goal from him. It was a powerful shot taken from outside the box. Didn't think it was going to come off for him, but it did, and it gets me an assist as well. The first time shot bangs in the back of the net. 34th minute, we would not be done there. This game was far from over. The equalizer comes from who else but Manchester United, and this man, Pavon, putting it in. I believe the Argentinian. What a goal from him. Some nice passing. He just had too much open space right there. What is our defense doing? Nice goal in the end. And with that, we kind of need halftime right now. A lot of action. Both teams kind of need some time to settle down. But halftime wouldn't come until a few more shots and a few more goals. How did this one go in the back of the net? I couldn't tell you. Get a few more looks, and someone please try and tell me how Rashford put this one in. It was incredible. What a strike. It manages to go over defender, over the goalkeeper, and in right before the whistle was blown for halftime. Here it is once again. The passing, and then what exactly happened? The volley of dreams. Oh my God. Rashford had to do us dirty like that, and that is how we would end the first half, trailing 2-1. Even though we've managed to get out to the early lead the past two games and win, today it's looking a little different. We're trailing at the halftime break against United, but believe me when I say there's plenty of more action. I keep trying to tell you guys the game is far from over. Here in the 48th minute, can we equalize? You've got to be kidding me. What a save from Asensio, the Manchester United keeper. More chances would follow, though, and we would be able to equalize eventually as Raheem Sterling puts it in the back of the net. Nice shot. Not a lot of power on that one, but he was set up nicely, and he did what he needed to do. Put the ball in the back of the net. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as it goes in, and it's exactly what he did. The few Manchester City supporters that made it out to Old Trafford are going crazy after that equalizer. What a strike it was from him. And let's continue on as more action would ensue. 58th minute, please. Man United, don't do it to us. Every time we get that equalizer, every time we score, Man United has a response. It's Pavon once again getting his second of the game. It's going to be 3-2 in the 59th minute. We're trailing once again. No way can we lose this one, man. We need to at least get a draw out of this, and we would have a chance to do so, of course, right after this chance. I've yet to score in this game, in this episode, and it's time for that to change. What a goal from your boy, equalizing in the 73rd minute. The diving header, our 5th career goal from our head. This was an incredible strike. What a way to start my career with this club. Not only did we get a hat trick in our debut, but here in our Manchester Derby debut, we get what looks to be the goal that is going to help us salvage 1 point out of this game. Crazy stuff. What a goal. And I'm just happy we are going to be leaving this with 1 point. I told you it was going to be a crazy game, but I didn't tell you that we were going to end up losing. I thought for sure my goal was going to be the final of the match. It wasn't. Man United win it in the 90th minute. What a game it was. It's Martial, the Frenchman, putting it in, breaking the hearts of Manchester City fans. And until the next derby, Manchester City are going to have the bragging rights around town. Or, sorry, not Manchester City. Manchester United going to have the bragging rights around town. What a goal from Martial. He gets one with his head right there, straight after my goal. That's not what you like to see, boys. Not at all. And here we go. We're going to end it. Final whistle has officially been blown. Oh my God, that hurts. It hurts very bad that we couldn't get the win for the fans back home. We couldn't get the win for my teammates. I tried my hardest this game, but it just wasn't enough. The easy win against Arsenal, and then this hard-fought loss against Manchester United. Don't worry though, we'll eventually see them later on in, well, definitely the Premier League, but who knows, FA Cup, Capital One Cup, or Carabao Cup, and perhaps the Champions League as well. All I'm saying is, though, we got a long year ahead of us. I'm excited to see what the future holds, not only for my, play with Manchester City, but what's going to take place off the field. We are here at a TV studio, movie studio, where a new movie is being shot in. Well, my agent Alex Roberto, he's worked out some deals in this TV studio, this movie company, whatever you want to call it. They want me to play one of the roles in is something that I'm actually considering. Should we apply for this role in the upcoming movie, or just focus on football? Do you guys want to see the storylines that focus more on football, or maybe us doing other stuff off the pitch? It's your time to vote. Top right hand corner. You'll find out in the next episode once we hit 1,000 likes. See you then.